Alright, so hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. I know I did. It was filled full of family and fun, and I had a good time. Anyway, that aside, I have decided today that I want to go out and around town, see if maybe I can find a couple of things that will help me with my car stuff going from here forwards. Right quick, I want to talk about the video that I did going down the drag strip here recently. I realized something when I went back that I've somehow just passed right by me. What happened in that video, I didn't realize until I went back. I was talking to someone else about it, and I was like, I'll be damned. And that is the tree. I'm not used to Pro Tree, and that is what they were using. As soon as I went from one staging light to the second staging light, it would then flash on three middle lights on the tree and the green go light. That's the Pro Tree. What I'm used to is staging 1, staging 2, blink, 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 go. So I have a little bit more time to prepare myself, get in position, and sort of prepare the car for launch. I didn't have that so much with the Pro Tree. That is what happened, I think, and that's why all my reaction times and all that sucked. When you're not used to Pro Tree, it's gonna stink for you. Anyway, here we go. Second stop. I didn't film anything over at Harbor Freight, but there were some pretty good deals there. A good deal on a jack, but I was thinking I already kind of have access to a jack or two. What I don't have are these right here, the Rhino ramps. So I went ahead and got them. There's a little story for that. Now back to the car. Like I said, there's a story behind those Rhino ramps. Like I said, I decided I have access to floor jacks and stuff, so those right there, those are what I was gonna get today. And I looked on, Walmart's site before I head over here, and it says that they're like $25, $25.99. I'm like, well, damn, that's a steal, because they're usually like 40 bucks. So I head over here and I look at the price tag, and it still says that my tire pressure is low because it's cold outside. That that it's was 40 bucks still on the price tag. I'm like, what the heck? And then this associate comes over and assists me, which, thank you. I know you're not watching, but thank you either way. And asked me if I need any assistance there. I say to her, well, on the site it says this is $25.99. She's like, well, okay, let me try to ring it up. And she says, boop. When we finally find the UPC, goes boop. Well, it still says it's like $39 in our system. Okay. So I'll go back on the site, I'll look it up, and then I look on the, tag on the shelf, and I look up, at the one on the phone, I match them up, they're the same. So I bring it over to the register, I point it out to her, and she scans it. And at first she said that it popped up as the original price, and then it went, how'd it go? Like, anyway, it did some crazy weird shit, and eventually came to the conclusion that I was right. I don't know why it didn't come up when she scanned it in the first place, but either way, I ended up getting them for $27 after taxes. So, boom, deal of
the day.
The day. I can't say century. That'd be blowing it up. Deal of the century. Anyway, also that right there, we got ourselves a monster truck show, and I believe that's on what, Sunday? It was either Saturday or Sunday. But Sunday, I'm going to be busy doing a bunch of other shit on Sunday, and I probably won't make that. But if I do, that should be interesting. But yeah, there's a monster truck show. Green headlights. Mine was green, so I can appreciate that. I have mine as purple for now. Uh-oh, accident waiting to happen. Alright, so first of all, bottom line, we all have our favorite people to watch on YouTube and all. I have mine, especially since I started this whole car thing and this adventure with cars. My particular favorite group of people have come into kind of a dark spot. Now, any good group of friends and family even, it's going to happen. There's going to be dark spots. There's going to be, it's not going to always all be peachy. And we don't see everything that goes on in their life. We like to think we do. We don't. We don't see, and it's very easy to forget that we don't see everything that goes on. But the whole 717 crew, for lack of any better term for them. Let's start off first by saying, fair enough to say that the 2013 Camaro is a race car now, yes? It has a roll cage, has nitrous, has a fuck ton of horsepower. It's a race car. Shit's bound to blow up, especially on stock internals and stuff. Shit's bound to blow up. So, really, in a lot of respects, this whose fault it is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I mean, yeah, it ran just fine on Andy's team for a long time. But then he takes it to this new shop, and it blows up because they were tuning with a lack of correct knowledge. Them and Nick both. Yes, they probably should have checked over it, but we're all human. We're not perfect. We don't think about little things sometimes. Little details will escape. I know they escape me. Little details. And it causes big problems sometimes. It does. It's going to happen. But I guess the point of this video is to say, I'm not going to lash out on anyone in particular. I'm going to just state my opinion here, and that be it. I don't like being a big part of, YouTube dramas and stuff, but I felt like this needs a little voice of reason, an impartial party with really nothing to lose, nothing to gain here. But I just wanted to say, do I feel like Nick could have handled things maybe a little bit better? Yes, but when we're angry, we don't tend to handle things quite as well as we should sometimes. It's a human thing. It's a human aspect. You don't like seeing this human aspect come out in your vlogs because at the end of the day, that's what helps a lot of us cheer up and feel good inside. And we don't like, really, to have something bad happening in it. But this is all human aspect. And honestly, I like human aspects coming out. So to see Nick get upset, to me, not really trying to promote it or something, but to me, it adds a human aspect to the vlog. I mean, when we don't see everything, he keeps saying, look guys, calm your tits. You don't know the whole story. And I do feel like, yes, it being his vlog and stuff, it's kind of up to him to tell us that full story so we don't have all these disillusions. But everyone handles things differently from person to person, and I feel like Nick is just kind of taking his time to get all of the information that he needs to tell you guys together. He knows basically what it is that you all need to know, but he's trying to make sure all bases are covered, and I'm sure we'll get light on this situation at time. Pointing fingers and blame games, it's easy to get to that point in the moment. I've been there so many times, I still get there in a lot of ways. But being the voice of reason here, it doesn't matter whose fault it is, because coming to a claim of whose fault it is isn't going to change or fix the fact the Camaro will blow up. What will is time and work and money, which Nick was going to put into it eventually anyway. Let's just face it. It just came sooner than he had liked and sooner than he expected. But building up the engine and stuff, that was going to be an inevitability anyway. Like I said, I'm not pointing fingers myself here either. I feel Nick could have handled it better, and we could, we could do with that full story, the whole story, but I think he's getting that together for us. Like, they keep saying, him and Andy's going to get together and talk about this stuff, and already are. It's all kind of very tricky what's going on, and ultimately I feel like nobody's reputation should be ruined over the whole thing. I mean, because they all seem like good people to me. And Nick just got a little angry. Andy, I'm sure, is blindsided by the whole thing. Complete street performance. They're willing to do the work for him, and at a discounted price, so that worked out, right? And ultimately speaking, I mean, just come on, guys. I feel like us as the audience, us as, you know, the fans and stuff, kind of owe it to them a little bit to give them a little bit of benefit of a doubt. Or if you're not a fan of them, then you don't know why you're even involved in the whole thing necessarily anyway. But I don't think there's really any sides to be taken or any battle lines to be drawn. I really just don't feel that it's really necessary here. And even as much as we think we're seeing, or feel like we're seeing, again, it's like they were saying too, you don't see everything on camera, and you don't. I mean, you got to think, you're watching a maybe 10 to 20 minute video, somewhere in that range, out of, say, their whole day and all the conversations and stuff they could be having off camera. You're getting 10 to 20 minutes of what's going on in their day. So there is a lot of detail, a lot of, you know, things, hours of things that you don't see. And I think that's really what it is happening here, is everyone is just shocked at the reality setting in, that shit happens. But that's life. But yeah, again, not to get too involved in it, that's just my take on the whole situation. And that's pretty much it for this video. I don't know, I felt like I wanted to kind of address that, because I like the whole crew, you know, for different reasons. I like each one for different reasons, and I really just wanted to speak up about it, you know. And I felt like why not, right? Anyway, if you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up down there. Big red subscribe button, that helps me out as well. And do not forget to follow my social media, which is linked in the description below. And I will see you in the passenger seat next ride.